Hello everyone, my name is Michelle Skodowski. I'm co-founder and COO at BOTfriends, a company specialized in conversational AI applications. So my main role at BOTfriends was basically to lead several projects on voice and chatbots with enterprises in Germany, Austria, and Switzerland in very different branches and use cases. And today I would like to share some experiences I gained along the journey, and I would also like to especially focus on the e-commerce and online shopping application area, because I think there is a lot of potential. So you can look forward to talking about the unfair advantages you can have when you work with voice and chatbots in e-commerce in your customer journey, and I will also show some examples what you can do in this area. And so I hope you will enjoy it, and let's kick off with this picture. So some of you might already know this picture. It is the global shopping festival of Alibaba called Singles Day. So the Singles Day is like a 24-hour shopping festival. I think the background story is that they wanted to have an event which is contradictory to the Valentine's Day, but I'm not quite sure what the exact details are. However, what's more impressive on that day is that Alibaba is able to generate over $1 billion within just 1 minute. It's a crazy festival. And you can only imagine what kind of stress Alibaba puts their infrastructure and logistics on that day if so many orders are coming in. They are able to do that because since all their decisions are based on data in every business unit, Alibaba understood like no other business to connect with their customers via chat. Through these online conversations with their customers, they have a real-time feeling of what the users really want, and those conversations are mainly handled by bots. So you can see you can really achieve a great fair and unfair advantage when you're working with using chat and voicebots in your customer journey, like those big players are. So I would like to dig a little bit deeper into Alibaba's journey in conversational AI. Now, Alibaba is the biggest B2B e-commerce platform in China. So they also hold other companies like Tmall, which is equivalent to Amazon, or WeChat, the messaging platform, which is equivalent to, let's say, WhatsApp and Facebook, for example. So it's a big tech player. And they started in 2015 by launching Xiaomi, I'm not quite sure if I can pronounce it correctly, which is an AI-powered chatbot to handle customer inquiries and complaints. So they already started 5 years ago. Now, this was so successful that in 2017, they made the technology available to all the merchants who sell through their online marketplace, so they were able to upgrade their customer service. Now, one of the merchants is China's smartphone maker Xiaomi, and they're claiming that during the 24-hour sale, so the Singles Day, they were able to cut their customer service staff by 300 from 1,000, while still handling the same volume of traffic. Now, this is incredible. And so you can see that Alibaba made it possible for their merchants on the platform to have even more efficient customer service and even better excellent service to their users. Now, in 2018, Alimi, I guess they changed the name, was fully upgraded to provide even more services. So this regards pre-sales, promotion, during and post-sales services, and automatic services, so much more. But that's not the end of the story, because in 2019, they were also announcing that Ali Genie, which is a voice assistant, which can be seen equivalent to Amazon Alexa, Google Assistant, or Apple Siri. And they were announcing that it's available on over 200 million devices. Now, this is really crazy. So they've been working extremely in this conversational AI area, regardless of their chatbot technologies, voicebot technologies. But even more impressive is actually that they're claiming that over 90% of the customer inquiries are being understood, and over 3.5 million users today are using their technology. So you might believe that the technology is not working at this moment, the technology is not far enough to really solve business problems, but it is. We've been working on projects that actually prove that. And if you look to the east, where the tech giants like Alibaba are working on it, it's working for them. And it's accelerating their whole business, so they are actually able to do something like the Singles Day. Yeah, so you can see that with conversational AI, you can really have the unfair advantage. And I often get asked, well, how do voice and chatbots actually play in digital marketing? Like, what are the application areas? And I always say that delivering an excellent customer service is your marketing. Because 80% say that that 80% say that the experience a business provides is as crucial as its goods or services. And 52% of the people have already switched brands due to poor customer service. So you can see by using Chat and Voicebots, you are delivering excellent customer service, which helps you in your marketing. The experience you provide is your marketing, and companies need to understand that because this is so crucial. And I do understand that there are not enough resources maybe to stock up your customer service team. However, with the help of the technology, you are able to do that. Because fact is that 80% of all incoming requests can be automated or standardized. And only 20 to 30% actually still need to be directed to a real employee. So there's really a high potential to do that. Now, the application areas for conversational AI are obviously tremendous. So everywhere where communication is happening, that does not only include customer service, but also internal communication, recruiting, even procurement. They're endless. But as I said, we're like to focus on the e-commerce part. And for this area, there's also a specific term which is called conversational commerce. And conversational commerce is basically the conversation between merchant and customer in the form of a digital virtual assistant. Now, this term was described in 2015 by the hashtag inventor, Chris Messina, who was also one of the key Uber developers. And when we talk about conversational commerce, it is, again, all about delivering personalization, convenience, and just another great, strong user experience. To understand better where the application areas are for voicebots and chatbots in the e-commerce customer journey, it makes sense to actually look at the classic funnel of the user journey. So it usually starts with awareness, consideration, decision, closing, and after the user has purchased something, it will be about retention, after sales, and also advocate. So generally, you can divide the customer journey into two parts, which is pre-sales promotion, but also post-sales services. Now, for each area, I would like to show you some examples. So for pre-sales promotion, I found something which is called a website which is called Ask Sophie, and it's basically your personal consultant when it comes to shopping. So Sophie is asking you several questions of your likings, if you have a more minimalistic style or more sporty, and therefore she will recommend you some specific clothing items. And this is really nice because when I compare shopping online with offline shopping, the great advantage that I might have when I go into a store is that there are shopping assistants which I can always ask about specific questions about the items, but also get consultants. So I'm expecting a specific service. And why not delivering that same service on the website? Someone that I can talk to, which appears like a friend that shows me what fits to my style. And based on some logic, this is already possible to do. And I think in fashion, there's a high potential of personal consultation in form for pre-sales promotion that I'm helping users to find the right products and to increase sales eventually. Another part or another use case that I would like to show that we have developed, not in fashion, but rather in the industry, is from Roto. So Roto is like a typical German Mittelständler, and they are the leading providers for roof windows accessories. The problem here is that website visitors had really difficulties to find the right product on a website. And this chatbot, I'm afraid this is unfortunately in German. This is the only language that is currently available. However, the way it works is that the bot is asking you specific questions, like, for example, for which room are you looking to install a window accessory? Is it the living room, the bathroom? And then it will ask what functionalities it should have. Should it have like a heat block or something like this? And depending on those questions the bot asks, it will recommend you the right product. So this is again all about product recommendations. And I believe if you have a very complex product which is hard to sell, it's even more benefiting to have consultation somewhere on the website. Another product that is rather complex and where bots really helped is for a company called TUI Cruises. So they are offering cruise rides in the whole world. And when it comes to booking cruises, users or potential customers have a lot of questions when it comes to that. It is all about, is there internet on board? How many restaurants are available? Do they have vegan options? Is there a sauna? How long is the pool? Can I marry there? So there's plenty of questions which cannot be answered on the interface of a landing page because it would be just too full. And that's just another great example of what the potential of bots in the pre-sales part, because all that knowledge about what is happening on board and what can I do and what can I not do is all in this bot. It can answer over 1,500 different questions, which is crazy. And the team is, it's really a successful project because the team's actively working on optimizing and training the bot. And it's really working because potential customers are getting their answers, which really increases the sales because they are seeing an excellent service from a company. Now let's look at the post-sales services. So what can you do after someone has already bought something? A very typical case is obviously for after sales. So once the user has bought something, it is very likely that there are still problems and questions that are going to occur. For example, for the company Bosch Siemens Hausholdings, they are offering appliances like washing machines, dishwashers, dryers, coffee machines, all of that. And it's very likely that everyone has experienced the case that you were seeing an error message on a display, or maybe it's not working anymore as it should, or maybe the washing machine smells weird. So there's a lot of questions that can come up after you bought it. And there is nothing more frustrating when getting in contact with the company and it takes them hours or days or weeks to answer, and you're still frustrated because you're still having that problem. And as I said, 52% of people change brands due to poor customer service. And this is exactly where you can come in. Now with the bot we have developed for BSH, it is taking care of all after sales requests. Like, I'm having this error message 9, what can I do? And you will receive help there. Now the bot can deliver you a user manual by looking at your e-number, or it can book you a technician. So it is all about helping you with your problem you have with your appliance. And this is just great. This is also available on Facebook Messenger and also WhatsApp, and it has been launched in 3 different countries: UK, France, and Spain. And yeah, so I think this is just a great example where you can work with bots in after sales. The last example that I'd like to show is something where you can work in the advocate part, so we're really working on that customer loyalty, that your customers stay with you and stay loyal. So that's your main goal. This is something Bosch that we have developed with Bosch. So their goal was to have users more positive associations with their heaters. Now, Bosch offers heaters, and we usually associate heaters in a very negative way. While thinking about high consumption and high energy costs, they were developing a virtual assistant with us called Tiara. And Tiara is living on Facebook Messenger and Google Home. Now you can imagine you are at home laying on your couch and you just say, "Hey Tiara, it's cold here." And then Tiara will automatically talk to you via Google Home and say, "No problem, I will switch the heater a little bit higher." And then basically Tiara is communicating automatically with the heater and regulating the temperatures. But she can also give you advices on how to save more energy, and also help you out when you are on holidays and you forgot to switch off your heaters. She can do that for you. And this is just a great way of establishing a relationship with your users, because now those users are associating Bosch not with some heaters, but with Tiara, a nice virtual assistant of whom they always think, and in a hopefully very positive way. We also put a lot of thinking into the personality of Tiara, and to establish, as I said, a really great relationship. And I really like this project, and it's just such a different approach, because it's not about automating existing communication, but creating new communication ways with users. So a totally different approach, and I really like that. Now, we have looked at the pre-sales part, at the post-sales part, where you can really work with Chat and Voicebots. My question is, do you really think that shopping via bots will be the future? Now, when we look to the east of the world in China, the messaging platform WeChat has way more functionalities than we know it from WhatsApp. So you can schedule hairstyle appointments, but you can also pay via this messaging platform. And they are way more further when it comes to bot integrations. And it's totally common to purchase items over WeChat, over the platform. So it's already working there. And I'm wondering if this is also going to come here. And when I'm thinking about this use case, I'm not quite sure, because I think there are some challenges. If you want to make all your items available over messaging, you definitely need a web shop integration, which means constant master data updates. I'm pretty sure this is definitely possible to do, but I'm also sure this is quite a challenge. And yeah, we've never done it so far, and I haven't seen any shopping bots that I really liked and that actually offer that. Because what I also think is that the conversational design part is rather difficult, because there are so many edge cases. So yeah, building this conversation for shopping over messaging, I think, is quite a challenge. So I was doing research and looking at maybe bots that actually already do it. And what I found is a startup, a new company called Charles. And their mission is to be the first WhatsApp store on the world. And they do have a website, but their mission is quite clear. Now, the prices they offer on WhatsApp are definitely reduced. So they really want you to write Charles on WhatsApp, to have him in your contact list, where you can always buy the products. Now, Charles is a company that offers premium basics for men. So it's all about the basic socks, the underwear, the pants that you might buy more often than maybe a pair of sneakers. So I was going on WhatsApp to talk to Charles and really see how my shopping experience will be. This is, again, unfortunately in German, but I will translate it for you. So you basically have to write, "Hey Charles, how is it going?" And I will receive, first of all, a welcome message claiming that this is the first WhatsApp store in the world, just explaining me when he's available, and also using words like mate or Paul to really have that friendship relationship. So it's really fun. It already feels fun to write with him because it really feels like I'm writing to a friend and not just to an automated process here. And I also received a €5 deal for my first order, which I think is really nice. And then he was asking me what product category am I interested in. And I really like the way they used rich media in WhatsApp, because WhatsApp is quite a challenge. It doesn't offer that many functionalities like Facebook Messenger. As for the buttons, for example, WhatsApp doesn't have any buttons that you can use to fasten up the conversation. So what Charles did is send out a picture, which is basically a collection of smaller pictures showing all the product categories. And I really liked how he displayed the product categories as like some form of buttons. So it made me feel that I would have to write one of this product category, which I think is really a nice design and user experience. But he was also displaying a part of the USPs in the picture. So it's claiming Charles Basic for men are all made in Europe. So I think it's also using those conversion optimization, let's say, leverages to promote sales here by using the USPs here, which I think is very smart. Well, eventually I have decided for the super pants, and now again the same system. I could see that the super pants are available in black or navy blue, and again the USPs were positioned here saying that it's made in Portugal and it's 24/7 elegance and comfort. Now you can see also via messaging you can deliver those USPs and use different aspects of conversion optimization to promote sales there as well. Now I was selecting the black pants, and he now also offers that if I'm having problems to decide for a size, he can help me. I only have to write my height and my weight. So this really feels like a nice shopping experience. I'm being offered if I need help with finding my right size. And a couple of seconds later, he was also sending out this picture of the back view, which I think was quite funny. It was just funny to like send out this picture, and it's really just working on that relationship. Now, why is this so important? Having this friendly relationship, it builds trust, and trust is so important when it comes to buying and making up for my decision to buy something. And this is an unconscious process that is already going on in your brain. And it really felt like I was talking to a friend. This is a totally different experience, and I liked it. The only note that I'd like to add is that after I was trying to select a size, the bot stopped answering, and a human was continuing the conversation after a couple of minutes. So this whole, let's say, shopping over the bot is still not thought through yet. I'm pretty sure the company wants to see if the user acceptance is there and if users want to buy via WhatsApp. And if so, I'm sure they are going to develop this process further to automate it completely. So I really, really like this experience, and therefore I highly believe that shopping by messaging will be the future. And I'm pretty sure you can use so many leverages from conversion optimization there as well to have that great conversational design and to deliver the shopping experience there as well. I was also looking for examples of shopping via voice, and I found this example, which I think looked pretty cool. So I don't know if you can hear it correctly, but we'll see.
Order me some sunscreen. Okay, here's something from Walgreens on Google Express. I can get Neutrogena Ultra Sheer Dry Touch Sunscreen Lotion, SPF 100 plus 3.0 fluid ounce tube for $15.98 after tax. Should I order that?
Yes, please.
Okay, you're all set. Your order will arrive by Tuesday. For order details, check your email.
Okay, so this was all about ordering sunscreen via Google Assistant. And I think it's really just a nice way how easy it was. And I think I came to one conclusion, which is that chatbots are suitable for articles that are bought repeatedly. Now, this is all for the premium basics that Charles is offering. It is also about the sunscreen where I might not have to check super in detail what brand I want or what specific other factors play in. Is rather easy. So I think for articles that are bought repeatedly, it really makes sense to use it. And when it comes to more, I'd say, complex products, I would rather recommend to work with consultation, to consult when it comes to shopping or other complex products you have. Yeah, to wrap it up, I would like to give you this outlook where I think e-commerce is going to head. When we look 20 years ago, the e-commerce revolution has bought us all the freedom of buying goods and ordering services online. It has changed the world. And whenever the iPhone was launched in the App Store 10 years ago, we realized that most of the users were spending their time on smartphones. And again, companies understood, okay, we need websites that are mobile responsive and we need apps so users can also buy our products on the smartphone. But what we realize these days is that most of our time we spent on our smartphones is actually within just a small amount of apps, which is the social networks and the messaging apps. We are app tired. We don't want to download the next app of any company. And therefore, this is a chance for companies to use bots and automation and messaging to be available there for your users and in a very efficient way. And what comes after conversational commerce is the future is virtual commerce. Virtual commerce is basically imagine yourself in a virtual room and going to shop there. You will wear glasses, VR glasses, and you are in a virtual, for example, shopping store, and you will talk to a virtual assistant that helps you to find the right pants that fit you. And to even enable that, you need to really go through the first stage of conversational commerce, where you learn through the data how your virtual assistant basically talks, what tonality it has, and to optimize it. Now, the CEO of eBay, Devin Vanik, has said at the Shop Talk conference in Las Vegas last year that if you don't have an AI strategy, you are going to die in the world that is coming. And this is for sure. And this is the last message I would like to give you. I hope you have enjoyed this presentation, this outlook on the e-commerce. Usually I would extend this presentation to success factors that are important when it comes to launching voicebots and shopping or chatbots in e-commerce, but we don't have enough time for that. So the last thing I would like to point out is if you are interested in starting in a project, I can really recommend our chatbot canvas. You can download that on our website, BOTfriends.com, for free, and it looks at all the aspects that are important when it comes to starting a chatbot project, and it really makes sure that it will be successful in the end. So it's like a little framework that you can fill out to see if you have thought of everything. If you need any help with filling it out, I can only offer our free personal one-on-one consultation hours where we can walk you through the canvas and talk to you about your use case. And yeah, so you can talk to us because we make Conversational AI successful. We started 3 years ago. We have founded in Würzburg in Germany. We have several years of experiences in Conversational AI, over 45 customers in the DACH region, and just recently, in the last half year, we have released our own conversational middleware platform called BOTfriends X. And BOTfriends X is a platform where you can manage all your conversational AI applications in one platform. It's a software as a service solution, and it integrates all the major providers like Google, Microsoft, or IBM, so you can choose your natural language processing service from existing best practice providers. It offers all the tools you need, an intent management platform for departments that have no programming skills that can manage the chatbot's content, and also other tools like a human handover tool, which is still important in the stage of the technology. Now, if you're interested in this platform, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to give you a demo. And yeah, so last but not least, thank you all for watching. I hope you liked it. Follow us on LinkedIn to stay up to date with all the content we release on Conversational AI. We always make sure to be as relevant as possible and to share as much experience as we gain from our projects. Thank you very much, and yeah, have a great day.